Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have been working on a new, it's kind of like a new digital kit. I don't know if you guys remember the other day we done our, let me grab it out. Let me see if I can find them in my stack of stuff here. Oh, I've already got them. I know where they're at. We done the fake ephemera, and we done these little things here the other day, and my husband, when I first walked in with them, he was like, "Oh, those are real, aren't they?" And I was like, "No," I said, "That's what I done in my video." So I was very pleased with that. But we had made this fake faux ephemera using different types of papers. And so I got to thinking, because I wanted to make some more of the faux fake ephemera. And so what I've done is I kind of done, it's not like any kind of kit that I design per se. It's just some of the vintage images that I've had. And so I've put some of them together in a kit so that you can make your own faux fake ephemera. And I will also put a link below in the description box to this doodle paper. I have found that I enjoy the doodle paper the most, I think, whenever I am doing the fake ephemera. So I think it's 14 pages, and I've got some full-size images on here, like a map. There's this is like a piece of newspaper. This is two different images, but it's, you know, printed up full size. This is like a piece of holiday newsprint. Some more that are, you know, printed full size, but it's like the ledger type things. And then there's a couple of, you know, larger type images. You know, some invoices there and some ledgers. This is some more invoice type things. Let's see. These are really fun. These are like some ledgers, and these are just, I love these. Love, love, love these. And I almost done these as full-size images, but when I got to thinking about it, no, because the original document was about the size. So that's why I done it that way. And then there's just a couple of these images here, and then some more of that ledger. Now you can make this smaller. When you go to print the kit, you can print two per page, you know, 2 pages per page. And if you do that, you'll get smaller images. So I have went ahead and printed another, you know, I've printed a copy of the kit, and I just went ahead and cut it out. And again, this is printed on the doodle paper. Do I have the pad? This is the one that I printed it on. It's a doodle pad that I got. This one actually from Hobby Lobby for $2.99. So very inexpensive. But, you know, when I had done that the other day, and all of you guys, you know, really seemed to enjoy the faux fake ephemera, you know, I figured why not put a little kit together that you guys can do the same thing that I'm doing, using the same images and stuff. My printer was messing up on this one, so, you know, but we're going to use it. So that's what I've done. So let's see, what do we want to work with first? Let's work with the map first. So I've got these kind of separated into different type stacks. And so I'm just going to kind of set them over to the side. Okay. So what we want to do whenever we're doing the faux fake ephemera, you can either take and go along the edge with your scissors and just kind of like cut little pieces out. you can, anything like that. The first thing that I really like to do is I like to get my scissors. Actually, I prefer my emery board, my nail file. Excuse me, but I don't know where it is right this minute. So we're going to have to go with the scissors. And I'm just kind of roughing this edge up, you know, because this is old. It's, you know, been thrown in a drawer somewhere. It's been handled a lot. So you know it's not going to have no good, clean, crisp edge. And so that's all that I'm doing. And if it tears some, I'm perfectly fine with that. That doesn't bother me. Not for what we're doing. Because I don't want it to look perfectly straight or anything like that. I want it to look very vintage and worn. And I probably should find my nail file, but that would require actually looking. And my eye, by the way, is much, 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 much better. I still have some problems with the vision in it. But even that's much better. So thank you all for your thoughts, your prayers, your kind comments. I'm telling you, that was a scary thing. And I'm still a little scared because, you know, I don't know how much damage it done to my eye. But, you know, no, I can't worry about it because all that'll do is cause more stress. Okay, so I'm just going to tear some of the little pieces here. And then I'm going to fold this, you know, kind of how somebody would fold it to, like, stick it in a book or something. You know, I don't know how they would fold it to stick this in a book. So I'm just going to fold it a couple different ways. And I am burnishing it down because I want to get good fold lines in there. I think on this fold line here, I'm going to tear it a little bit. I'm going to kind of rip that a little bit. You can crinkle it up. Now let's go ahead and start adding a little bit of ink to it. Now my ink pad, I just had to redo it, but I have a new dauber, so I don't know how. Okay, it's going to be all right. Ooh, got quite a bit of ink, but it's okay. So I'm just going to kind of ink around the edge just a little. And like where those places where it's torn, I really want to kind of, ooh, it's got a lot of ink on it. Oh well, we're going to work with it. We're just going to go with it. Who cares? See these torn places? I'm going to ink the tears because they would get worn as well. And so that's how you really make something look more vintage. See how that one's tore right there? We're just going to ink it a little bit. This has got a lot of ink on it. Ugh. It's going to work though. We'll make it work. It'll look good in the long run. And so right here, I'm going to ink that, but I'm also going to ink. Now, I don't normally do anything to the backs of these, simply because I want to have, you know, like a journaling spot. You could stamp on the back. You know, you could print something else on the back. You could print them double-sided. But like I said, I don't do that just simply because, you know, I do want some little journaling areas. And then with the doodle paper, it's not a white paper, so you don't have to worry about that white, stark white background. Okay, so I'm just inking these edges. Okay, now the other thing I do is I do ink right on the crease where it folded. I don't ink on the side of the crease. I just ink just the crease. Okay. So that's all I'm doing is just along that edge of that crease, and you can see I'm not even doing it a lot. And I'll do it here. I'll bend it back the other way and ink on the crease here as well. You know, and maybe just like run over it just one little time. That's all you really have to do. You just want just a hint of aging there. And so, let's see. This is what it was, and this is what we now have. So you can see how old it's already looking. You know, the back, as you can see, it's, you know, that great. And if you wanted, if you were worried about the back, you could take and you could like run your ink. You could kind of run it along some of the edges as well. And like I said, you could put some, you know, you could stamp some. Sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call and it knocks me right off. So what you could do, like on the back, if you were worried about it not being, you know, something on it there, you could take, like, this is just a, you could do something like this, just to kind of give it some, you know, a little bit of character. But again, that's not something that you really would have to do. So we have vintaged that one up. So let's set it to the side. Let's work on one of these little ledgers here. And you could actually put these in your journal. I love these. So, well, before I ink, let me do my edges. I love these little ledgers like this. I love to look and see what the deposits were. And, you know, some of these people had money. It's crazy. And I do have a whole bucket of vintage ephemera over here that I need to get scanned in. That would be beautiful to do stuff like this with, because I am not using that true vintage ephemera. It will forever stay in my stash probably, because I just can't bring myself to use it. I just love it, and I don't want to, I don't know, it's so historical to me. And so, how long before we need to leave, baby?
About 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm just finishing up a video. I'll finishing up a video then.
Okay. Do you need anything?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you. I love you. Sorry about that, guys. I have to actually take my husband to work because I had went to the club last night. It was something that the chef's wife needed to be at, and I couldn't see to drive home because it was dark. So he drove me home, and so now I have to take him to work. So I'm going to finish this video, and then I'll be headed out. I apologize for the dogs. He's in the kitchen, so they're going to, you know, of course, going to be showing out. So again, I'm just simply going along the line there. This one, let's crinkle this one up. Yep, I just balled it up, but that's part of it. And so I just took my stamp pad and I'm just going to kind of run over it a little bit. And so it will kind of pick up the high spots where I crinkled it. And then, you know, you can tear it, obviously. You could, you know, well, we can rip this one pretty good because it's been, somebody didn't take care of this one. And so it's just like really vintage looking. Okay, so we got that. Let's see. I'm really sorry about the dogs, guys. I don't know. If I stop, I won't be able to get this finished before I have to go, so. And then I'm just going to rip the corner of this off. So, I mean, you can do so much to this stuff. You don't have to, you know, you can just do whatever you want to do to it, and it'll just make it look vintage. Shoot, get some of the papers out of your, you know, your junk drawer and look at it and see how they look, and then kind of mimic that. Then you'll know how papers age. So that's what I'm doing. So let's maybe, let's cut a chunk out of this one. Okay, so let's ink it up a little bit. So yeah, this kit is available, and it, like I said, it's not any major kit that I designed or anything. It's just a collection of my images that are vintage that, you know, I would make I figured I would make available. If you guys want to, you know, kind of do the same things that I'm doing as far as making the faux ephemera. You know, and you don't have to print on them. You can do it, you know, they're cute images to even use printed on regular cardstock and, you know, inked up and put in your journal. So don't think you have to make it into faux ephemera for it to look cute. I mean, it'll look cute. These are really nice images no matter how you do them. I just really like that faux ephemera look. I have been on that kick lately. So that's why. And now, like on this one, we will do a couple of things to even add to this to make it look just like we did on the other video. So let me. And so that's the other thing. Anything that you can add to it that would really bring out the vintagey part of it, do it. I'm just trying to heat this up a little bit. Or not ink it up, distress it. Let's rip that off right there. Tear that really good. This one we will fold this way. Okay, now let's do that. Same thing we've been doing. You know that corner's not going to be perfect after all them years. And, you know, if you have a tear, make sure that you get all the way up in that tear, because that's how it would do, you know, with the aging process, because it's all of those exposed edges. So that's what I'm doing. And like this, we're really get that good. I love making these. Oh my goodness, this has been so much fun. It's so much fun. Okay. Now one thing you can do, let me grab these, hang on. I'm just grabbing my baby paper clips here. Now, I don't have one of them in the other day was like a check, and it was like an invoice. Let me see if I have that right here. Let me show you what you can do. So like this here. Like this says the National Bank. And so you could take a little paper clip, especially if you've had the rusted paper clips or something like that, and you could paper clip it down. And so then it looks like that went along with it. So that's one thing you can do. I don't think I have anything right here to do that with. Let's just see. Maybe have time for one more before I have to go. Let's do this one. It's like a holiday gift. So I am actually going to go ahead and fold it because, you know, somebody might have received this in the mail. I'm going to fold it like that. And then I will go ahead and distress my edges. I'm not going to distress them quite as bad. Maybe, I don't know. Then just distress my edges. This is so much fun. I love doing these. So, and the paper, I meant to tell you guys, the paper that I've found so far, it comes in 9 by 12 sizes. So, like for me, because I use US letter size, I just cut it down to 8.5 by 11. And it works fine doing it like that. So, alright, let's ink up those edges. And I'm not gonna tear this one too much because, excuse me, this might be something that didn't get pulled out very often since it was like a holiday newspaper type thing. I'm so sorry about my dogs today. I'm very sorry. Once we get to the other place, we won't have to hear them as much. Let's say they had it folded. Maybe like that. And I think that's all I'm going to do to that one because, you know, that looks pretty vintage there. Just run the ink over a couple little places where it's a little bit creased. And that's it. So yeah, guys, that's it. I will have the kit linked below. So you can go and pick up your kit so that you can make your own vintage ephemera. And I will also make sure to link the paper below that I use. So go make you some vintage, faux, fake vintage ephemera, and you know, post some pictures in the Facebook group, tag me in it, let me see it. I would love to see how yours turns out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.